So let's start looking at this past WASSCE question together. It says, find the value of this number 1102 base 2 squared, leaving the answer in base 2. And we can see this is what our answers look like. So we should be able to choose one of these answers. So before we start doing this together, I want you to pause the video and try to do the question on your own. After you've finished, you can unpause the video and we'll start. Alright, so go ahead and pause the video. Okay, now that we're back, so for this one we're looking at a number that is in base 2, right? So we need to remember what different number bases mean. So let's start out writing out this number. We have the number 1101 base 2. And this square means that we're going to multiply it, not by 2, but we multiply it by itself. So we're going to multiply it by the same number back, 1101 base 2. We're going to multiply them together. Alright, now we need to remember what base 2 means, right? This means the only two digits that we can get are 0 and 1, right? If we want a number bigger than 1, we cannot write 2, because this digit that looks like this 2 is not in the base 2 number system. The way that we would write this number 2 is like this, right? It looks like a 10, because in the base 10 number system, this is how we write 10. But in the base 2 number system, this is how we will write 2. Okay? The next number, instead of 3, we would write it like this one, because we just add 1 to this number. We add 1 to it. So it looks like 11 in the base 10 number system, but in the base 2 number system, this is how we would write the number 3. Okay, so to start, this one should be fairly easy because we're just multiplying ones and zeros, right? So we can think about it this way. So we'll start just like we multiply normally. We get 1 times 1 will give us what, Tin? Will give us 1. Okay? Then 0 times 1 will give us 0. 1 times 1 will give us 1. And 1 times 1 will give us 1 again. Alright? So that's the first one. We finished it with this one. Let's cross it off just so that we remember we finished it. Now we'll move on to this 0. Now before we come here, right, just like before, we'll put down a 0 here in this position. Alright, so now we start to multiply. We get 1 times 0 will be 0. You get 0 times 0 will be 0. Since this is 0, all of them should be 0, right? 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. So all of these ones will just be 0. Alright, so we finish with this one. Now we get this one, so we'll have to put down 2 zeros here first. And now we can start to multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 0 times 1 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. And 1 times 1 is 1 again. So that's this one finished. And now the last one, we're going to multiply by this one, so it puts down 3 zeros. Okay, and then we start to multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 0 times 1 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. And the final one, 1 times 1 is 1. Alright? Now we need to add all of these together. And this is where it will start to get a little bit more tricky, a little bit more confusing. Okay, so this first one will be simple. 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. This will just be 1. Okay, the next one back will be easy. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. That will just be 0. Okay, now this is where it starts to get a little confusing. We get 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0. Okay, this will give us the number 2, right? But again, we cannot write a 2 like this one. The way that we write 2 in the base 2 number system will look like this one, a 10. Alright, so to write that, we can't just write the 10 down here, right? So we're going to write the 0 here, and then we will carry the 1, and we will put it up here. Alright, So just like how you would add 10 if this was a base 10, this is how we will do it. All right. Now we'll do the same thing again. We get this 1 that we carried, plus 1, so that's 2, plus 0 plus another 1, so that's 3, right? But again, we cannot just write down a 3 like this. The way that we would write a 3 will look like this one. So we'll put a 1 down here, and we'll carry the other one. Okay, so now we get 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0, so that's 2, right? So we'll write it again like this one. We'll put the 0 down here. We'll carry the 1 up here. Okay, 1 plus 1 plus 1 will be 3. We're going to write it like this one. 1, and we carry the 1. Then the final one, we get 1 plus 1, so that will be 2. Again, we'll write it like this one. We've run out, so we can just write the 10 down here since this is the furthest one out. So we'll write the 0 there and the 1 there. Okay, now for all of these numbers, to make sure that we know it is base 2 instead of base 10, we can write this small 2 here. Right? So this one should be our final answer. Now we can see which one of these ones should be the correct one, right? We should get the number 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. If we look up here, right, answer B, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. So answer B must be the correct answer. Okay.